As a finance professional in a disrupted business landscape, what does it take to be in demand? What does it take to attract great paying international roles? If you're an ICAN member, it'll just take one exam. That's all it takes to complete the globally recognized SEMA professional qualification and the internationally respected CGMA designation. As a SEMA member and a CGMA designation holder, employers will look at you as a finance professional, constantly acquiring new skills to add value to the business. That's why they'll be willing to pay premium to hire and retain you. If you have 5 years of relevant experience and are an ICAN member, you can directly sit for the final exam of the SEMA Professional Qualification, the Strategic Case Study Exam. Start studying the SEMA Professional Qualification. Prepare to make an impact.
And good evening, our professional colleagues, student members, and friends of the Institute. Welcome to another episode of ICAN on Air, your great platform for learning, powered by our noble institute, ICAN. And I'm your host for today, Tosin Akinwumi, FCA. It is ICAN on Air again today. And go ahead and inform your colleagues and friends that the show has commenced and that they can be part of this show on ICAN Facebook page and ICAN YouTube channel. Let me tell you, a lot happened over the weekend and also in the course of the week in ICAN. Over the weekend, we have FCA conferment ceremony where members became senior members of the Institute. And in the course of the week, on Tuesday specifically, we formally welcomed 2,015 new members to the Institute as ACA. On behalf of the Vice President of the Institute, we say congratulations to you all. Higher ground we wish you, and we pray you will go higher in this profession. Today, Thursday, 23rd May 2024, we are looking at another contemporary topic on this your program, ICAN on Air. And what is the topic? Integrating sustainability and ESG into business models. I have here with me a distinguished professional, an amiable speaker, and the CEO of Green Finance Capital, United Kingdom, in person of Japheth Jev, ACA. Can you see that we have a whole lot to learn today in another perspective? So sit back and relax. Don't go away. I'll be right back with my guest.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Canada District presents the 9th International Accountants Conference, themed Strategic Upscaling of Accounting Profession within the Dynamics of Technology. Date, 16th to 20th July 2024. Time is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Venue, Best Western Premier Calgary Plaza Hotel and Conference Center, 1316 33 Street NE, Calgary, Alberta, T2A 6B6. Seasoned speakers like Sheyi Wolabi, a partner at MNP Calgary, will be speaking on review of the accounting profession and technology synergy. Derek Greer, the Chief Information and Security Officer, Protexer, will be speaking on disruptive technology and AI upscaling for accountants. Greg Howe, the CEO, Black All Systems Calgary, will be speaking on accountants in the era of diversified profession, while Professor Godwin Emmanuel Oyedokun will be speaking on decision-making optimization through data mining. The Canadian High Commissioner as well as the ICAN President will also be in attendance. This conference promises to be value for your time and money. Hurry! Register today by sending an email to Mr. Blessing Familusi, chairman at icancanada.net, or St. Badamosi at ican.org.ng, or I. Adams at ican.org.ng, or simply visit our website www.icancanada.org. ICAN Canada Conference 2024. Be there.
Yes, I welcome you back again into the studio as we have this program today. It's another interesting episode. And I have here with me our guest on the show, Japheth Jev, ACA, the CEO of Green Finance Capital UK. Japheth, it is a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you very much, Tosin, for having me. Thank you to our audience. Thank you.
Yes, you are welcome. Let me quickly make you known to our audience today by reading your brief profile. Japheth Jeff, ACA, is the founder and CEO of Green Finance Capital, a UK-based boutique financial advisory firm, and Robtifi Technologies Limited, the first AI research firm in Africa based in Abuja, Nigeria. He is currently a doctoral researcher at Birmingham City University, researching the application of artificial intelligence in business with a focus on financial services. Japheth has been involved with many projects at the intersection of finance and emerging technologies such as AI and machine learning and the application in the business. He has developed and deployed AI models to forecast equities and other financial markets. He doubles as a visiting lecturer in big data and business analytics and accounting analytics at Aston University Birmingham and Birmingham Newman University in UK. And that is the brief profile of our guest on the show today, Japheth Jeff. Once again, you are welcome, Japheth, to the show.
Thank you. Thanks, Tosin. Thank you, our audience. Thank you, my professional colleagues. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So let's go quickly into the topic for today, integrating sustainability and ESG into business models, the role of professional accountants. So I will start this way. According to Mohandas Gandhi, an Indian lawyer, the anti-colonial nationalist and political ethicist, he said, and I quote, "Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed." And having you on this show today as our guest will certainly provide our global viewers the opportunity to learn and share from your depth of intellectual prowess. Kicking off this way, what do sustainability and ESG, which stands for environment, social, and governance, portend to humans, corporate bodies, and nations at large?
All right. Thank you for that beautiful start point. It's just to ask that what is the importance of air to human life? That's exactly the analogy I could use to portray that question. ESG stems from the fact that human being is facing an existential risk, and anything that concerns human concerns the business and concerns the government. The world global temperatures have risen since industrial revolution. Today, global temperatures have risen to the highest peak of 1.65 degrees Celsius. That is extraordinary exceptional since the creation of the earth. And that has precipitated a climate crisis where we have been having incidents of flash flooding, incidents of heat waves, incidents of so many catastrophic events. These events need to be fixed. The climate crisis need to be fixed, and the ESG and sustainability are the only solution to fixing this climate crisis. Therefore, it has huge implications for businesses, huge implications for the government, and huge implications for individuals.
Wow. Likening ESG to air for human, I think is a major one, and we'll actually want to know why ESG is as important as you likening it to air for human. And that will take me to the next question, which is similar to my starting question. So what could be the reason for sustainability and ESG becoming increasingly important in businesses as today?
All right, ESG has become more and more important in business and is going to become even more important than it is today. And the reasons are these. Number one, investors will not give you their money if they discover that you have a poor ESG performance and sustainability performance. You will find it very hard to raise capital. Whether you are a sovereign state or a country, or you are a corporate entity, an organization, capital is going to be scarce. And finding capital will be difficult. And if you find it anywhere, it's going to be the cost of borrowing will be very high to you if your ESG compliance and scorecard and performance is very poor. That's number one reason. Number two reason is business resilience. There are researches that have established that there is a strong link between profitability. We're talking about sustainable profitability. I mean, long-term, huge, good profit that is sustainable over time, and ESG sustainable practices the business embeds or adapts. All right. So if you want to build a business that is resilient and sustainable and profitable and create real good value to the investors and shareholders and stakeholders, then ESG must be your watchword. Number three, regulations and compliance. There are regulations in diverse jurisdictions. In European Union, compliance with ESG and sustainability reporting and practices have become mandatory. It's no longer optional. Governments in the EU have enacted laws to protect the environment, to protect human beings who live in the environment, and to make sure businesses are run sustainably. And then number four, why ESG is very important is because ESG shows that a business is responsible and ethical. And every businessman or every company or corporation wants to have a good reputation. So if you want to have a good reputation, ESG is the best bet for you.
Interesting. That's a very good analysis, I must say, and a very good response to that question. Okay, so moving from here, what is ESG integration methodology? And how can organizations integrate ESG principles into their overall business strategies?
All right. Thank you very much. So ESG integration is the most difficult thing that many organizations or many companies, many entities struggle with. But it shouldn't be difficult. All right. It should not be difficult at all. So what ESG integration methodology simply means is it's just a process of incorporating ESG into your business processes and strategic decision making. That's what ESG incorporation or ESG integration means. So it simply means embedding ESG practices. All right. Embedding the pillars of ESG. There are three pillars of ESG. The first pillar is environmental factors. And the second pillar of ESG is a social factor. The third pillar is governance factor. All right. So each of these pillars have basic practices, basic requirements. So ESG integration simply means aligning your businesses, connecting your businesses to the pillars of this ESG. All right. Now, there are some methodological steps that businesses could follow. So when we are guiding clients and supporting them, holding their hands to integrate these, basically there are few steps. The first step is called materiality assessment. All right. So you have to first assess what is most important to your business. Which pillar among these three pillars of ESG, which one is most important to your business? Of course, businesses are not the same. All right. The pillar that is most important to my business may not be very important to your own business. For example, if you are an oil and gas company, right, the first pillar, which is environmental pillar, will be most important to you. All right. So that will be your starting point. So you have assessed your materiality, done your materiality assessment, and have ascertained the most important issue to you as far as sustainability and ESG is concerned is environmental factors. Environmental factors such as pollution. All right. Pollution. Environmental factors such as climate change. Environmental factors such as resource depletion and resource usage. All right. Now, if you shift to a bank, you are a banking institution, that pillar may not be your materiality issue. It may not be a material issue to a bank. Environmental factor may not be a material issue. So that's step one. Step two, you have to create your metrics and targets. For example, the amount of emissions that you emit or spillage. So you could set targets, right? That, okay, this year we are not going to have not more than 2 spillage on our oil rigs. So those metrics and targets need to be set and defined. Number 3, employee engagement. You have to engage employees, carry everybody along. And then number 4, it's monitoring and communication.
Wow, 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 wow. I must say I'm really enjoying your analysis. You have a way or a simpler way of breaking complex matters. Well done, Mr. Japheth. Well done. Moving on, there's a lead question there because you just listed the pillars of sustainability to be environment, social factors, and governance. Now, following that line of thought, so knowing these pillars now, what is now how do you balance these pillars between conservation, community, culture, and commerce? So I want you to run us through how these pillars is being balanced between conservation, community, culture, and commerce, and how it puts the environment at the heart of development.
Thank you very much. So balancing these pillars of sustainability, the environmental pillar, the social pillar, and the governance pillar, it's another Herculean task. However, there is a way out, and the way out is it still boils down to understanding the nature of your business and then knowing which of these risk factor, ESG risk factors, affects you the most. So when you have this understanding and you start integration following the steps that we have already laid out in our previous conversation on this forum, you will begin to realize that there will be some trade-off. All right, there will be some trade-off, especially when you marry your commercial objectives of profitability, return on investment, and other commercial goals, right? Market share, expansion, and the rest of them. There will have to definitely be some trade-off. All right. So to answer this question, to balance your integration among these 3 pillars, you just have to make sure that your trade-off, which is the cost, is the real cost, the opportunity cost of integration, is not outweighing the benefits. So that's the way out. Once your opportunity cost, the real cost, the implicit cost of integration is not outweighing the benefit, then you're on the right track.
Okay, just to ensure that the implicit cost is not outweighing the benefit. Thank you very much for that response. According to Franklin Roosevelt, the second president of the United States, he said, and I quote, "A nation that destroys its soils destroys itself. Forests, we know them to be the lungs of our land, and purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people." So a question, in what ways, specific ways now, can companies effectively integrate sustainability and ESG into their business models and strategies for maximum benefits?
All right. You see, ESG, we have already established that sustainability is very critical, right? Because at the end of the day, every company that is set to run is set to make a profit and is set with a vision to run to the long term sustainably, right? To the future. Nobody set up a company or shareholder set up a business and expect that business to further, right? And the only way to achieve this noble objective of making sure the business doesn't fold up is by embracing and integrating sustainability. That is the easiest formula. If you ask me the easiest formula for building a resilient business, it is nothing other than sustainability and ESG. That is the modern formula for building a business. All right. So now, how to integrate this? I like being practical here. You have to understand your key ESG issues. Every business has the most important ESG issues. As I have said earlier on, the most important ESG issues of an oil and gas business could be the first pillar. That's the environment, apparently. But the most important ESG issue of a service business might not be that. For example, a bank, it might not be environment. It might be social issues. It might be governance issues. Yes, governance, because risk management, risk is a very big issue in financial services industry. So you have to first determine, that's a step one, determine your materiality. What is the most material ESG issue that your business is exposed to? Then number two, you have to measure. You have to measure. You may have to measure and then set targets. Because in ESG, if you look at the ESG, or what you call reporting standards, or ESG and sustainability reporting standard by ISSB, it's all about measurement and target metrics, measurement and reporting. We'll get into that later in this conversation. So you have to be able to measure, set the targets of what you want to achieve. And then number three, you have to be able to report and communicate what you have. Disclosure, make disclosures. That's what talking about, just disclosure. That's what the IFRS is S1, IFRS S2 are all about. Disclosing what you have done, give account and show the scorecard.
Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But still on this integration, because for every integration, it is believed that there is a part of challenges. It's generally known to come with one challenge or the other. I want you to run our global viewers through if or some of the challenges that companies would likely face when integrating sustainability ESG considerations into their business models.
All right, interesting. You see, there is no success without challenges. All right, so ESG it could be your chief success driver as an organization, as an entity. So before you achieve that success, before ESG drives you to that success, you would have to pass through certain challenges. And here are the few challenges that our clients that we have supported here in Europe to integrate ESG encounter. The first biggest challenge is data availability and data quality. You see, ESG is data driven. So if you don't have your data quality impeccable, if you don't have the relevant technology to gather your data, secure your data, protect your data, and push the data through your data pipeline and report it, you're going to be in big problems. So data quality and data availability is a big challenge. The number two challenge that companies face, our clients face, is resistance to change. ESG integration and sustainability involves change management. People have to change the way they are doing things. Business models needs to be changed. Product packaging needs to be changed. The way information is distributed in the company and to customer, for example, you are used to printing out information, printing out document has to change. And maybe all documents that used to be printed have to be moved into digital copies to protect the forest, to reduce the consumption of papers, right? As an ESG commitment. So people will be hesitant and reluctant to go through that change. So change management and resistance is another big issue. Another issue is short-termism and long-term benefits. Short-termism. You see, companies, in most cases, sometimes companies have short-term objectives and they are overly driven by short-term objectives like profit margin, return on asset, return on investment, all of these traditional financial measures. Why ESG investment doesn't yield short-term results sometimes. The benefits are long-term. So there could be conflict and problems, all right? Short-termism. And then finally, another problem that usually emerge is acquisition cost, transition cost. There's a short-term cost, okay? The cost of buying the new technology because you need ESG management software to integrate into your ERP and existing, whether it's SAP, the Sage, whatever ERP or Dynamics 365 you are using, you have to integrate the new ESG software to it. That comes at a cost. The cost of paying consultants like Green Finance Capital to come and work with your team and carry out capacity development and all of that, it comes at a cost. So these are the challenges that companies do face.
Okay, interesting. So before we leave the area of challenges, in 1 minute, can you quickly tell us what are the solutions? For every challenge, there should be a way those things will be resolved. Let us know, how can we resolve these challenges you have highlighted?
All right, the biggest number one solution that I always propose is the tone from the top. The board has to embrace sustainability. The directors, the senior management, I'm talking about the senior people, the executive, they have to embrace the project as their own baby, all right? And be willing to run with the project. That's when you see that there will be entity-wise acceptance of ESG transformation and integration projects, where the tone from the top is different. And probably maybe they are only trying to do what is called greenwashing. Greenwashing means deep within your heart, you don't care about ESG or sustainability, but either because you are looking for one funding and the requirement for that funding is that you must have a good ESG performance score. Can you see that? So that will be problematic. So tone from the top is a solution number one. Solution number two is embrace technology. You need to invest in the right technology. The right technology, thanks to our partnership with our technology partners, that's good software, good technology that can integrate, compatible and agnostic to any existing legacy system, and gather all the ESG data. There is ESG data about your greenhouse gas emissions, ESG data about the amount of paper you use, ESG data about your supply chain and value supply chain and logistic, everything. So technology is very important. You have to embrace and invest in good technology. And number three, it's a training and retraining of your team. So once you get this in place, you will be able to overcome most of these challenges.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because if you give us challenges without telling us how to water those challenges, how to go ahead and swim out of it, then we would naturally not know our way out. Thank you for giving us those points in a way to navigate our issues. And now let's quickly go and take some commercials, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Canada District presents the 9th International Accountants Conference, themed Strategic Upscaling of Accounting Profession within the Dynamics of Technology. Date 16th to 20th July 2024. Time is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Venue, Best Western Premier Calgary Plaza Hotel and Conference Center, 1316 33 Street NE, Calgary, Alberta, T2A 6B6. Seasoned speakers like Sheyi Wolabi, a partner at MNP Calgary, will be speaking on review of the accounting profession and technology synergy. Derek Greer, the Chief Information and Security Officer, Protexer, will be speaking on disruptive technology and AI upscaling for accountants. Greg Howe, the CEO, Black All Systems Calgary, will be speaking on accountants in the era of diversified professions, while Professor Godwin Emmanuel Oyedokun will be speaking on decision-making optimization through data mining. The Canadian High Commissioner as well as the ICAN President will also be in attendance. This conference promises to be value for your time and money. Hurry! Register today by sending an email to Mr. Blessing Familusi, Chairman at ICAN-Canada.net, or ST Badamosi at ICAN.org.ng, or I Adams at ICAN.org.ng, or simply visit our website www.icancanada.org. ICAN Canada Conference 2024. Be there.
The journey to professionalism in artisanal practice in Nigeria has begun. The Industrial Training Fund, ITF, is proud to announce the first phase of the implementation of the Skill Up Artisan Program, SUPAR. This is your chance to be part of the first 100,000 artisans selected to elevate your skills and gain formal recognition. Screening of all registered artisans will take place from the 29th of April to the 10th of May 2024 in all 109 senatorial districts across the country. Make sure to report to the screening center closest to you within your senatorial district. For more information, visit super.itf.gov.ng or itf.gov.ng or any ITF area office nearest to you. Don't miss this opportunity. Take your skills to the next level with SUPAR. SUPAR, upskilling Nigeria artisans for super jobs. Dr. Afiz Oluwatoyin Ogun, Director General, Chief Executive, Industrial Training Fund, ITF, announcer.
You are welcome back to ICAN on Air, and today we are talking about integrating sustainability and ESG into business models, the role of professional accountants. And speaking with us today is our own Japheth Jeff, the CEO at Green Finance Capital UK. Thank you once again, Japheth. You've been doing a good job.
Thanks for having me. Thanks to the audience.
Well done. Let me tell you that ICAN Online Tutors is here for you to pass your exams at one single diet. What do you need? ICAN Online Tutors is a leading online tuition that provides professional certification examinations. They give you online classes, video lectures, materials are available. Please go ahead, visit them at www.icanonlinetutors.com.ng or chat them at the numbers that are being displayed on your screen. Trust them. With them, you are passing your ICAN examinations at one sitting. Now, let me quickly go and recognize all those who have joined us on the show today before we come back to continue where we stopped the discussion with our guest on the show today. I have Sonny Abdulhakim. Sonny Abdulhakim joined us all the way from Dry Port in Kano. We have Taufik Lawal. We have Olamilekon Ajibola Ujo. Thank you for joining us. Tosin Aderibigbe Adekunle FCA from Ibadan. Welcome. Adeshola Shobande Balikis Abbas, all the way from Abuja. I have Abosede Adenopo, all the way from Ota in Ogun State. I have Abdulaziz Abdulrashid watching us from Maiduguri. We have Fidelia Akpan Amuchi from Lagos, Nigeria. Lofachido from Jos. We have Mark Johnson Erifolami viewing us from Abuja. We have a lot of viewers here today who are following us on this topic. Please send in your questions and trust us. Your questions will be taken and our guest is right here to provide answers to those questions. So moving along from where we stop, according to Kofi Annan, because this particular question I think is a bedrock of why we are here today. According to Kofi Annan, the 7th UN Secretary General, who reigned from 1997 to 2006, he said, and I quote, professional accountants should use that influence to encourage the companies they serve to think long-term and integrate sustainable development goals into their accounting, such as by including a natural capital account, which I have heard is gaining ground. So my question, why are accountants the best set of professionals in corporate organizations to propel sustainability and ESG integration by companies?
Interesting. I think you should be happy and pop champagne if you are an accountant, a professional accountant in the house, because your era has come. You see, among all the professionals, right, that run corporate organizations, professional accountants have a set of highly curated, unique skills, all right, that aligns perfectly with the requirement of ESG and sustainability. Professional accountants have transferable skills. I mean, very highly transferable skills that could crush most of these ESG implementation and integration challenges we have discussed here. The first challenge of data, accountants, they eat and breathe data. That's their bread and butter.
Sure.
That's it. From day one, you are doing debit, credit, they are all numbers. They are data. You are working with so many manipulation of spreadsheets, what you call ERP system, whether it's SAP, whether it is Microsoft Dynamics, mention them. So you wrangle with data, you prepare data, you condense data, you report on data. All of these skills are highly, highly transferable and required for successful implementation and integration of ESG projects. Another skill is risk management. ESG comes with risk and opportunities. Now, the professional accountants have risk management skills in managing financial risk, managing cash flow risk, managing operational risk, managing liquidity risk, right? And they understand risk management methodologies. Now, the biggest fear of the world, including the United Nations and all the climate change conferences that have been held by world leaders, their biggest fear is ESG risk, climate risk. Now, the professional accountant comes with risk management methodologies embedded in them already. They understand risk assessment, they've been done risk assessment, they understand risk mitigation, they understand risk identification, they understand risk evaluation, they understand monitoring. So this same risk methodology could just be transferred to manage ESG risk, as simple as that. Another important point that makes professional accountants so uniquely positioned to reign in the area of sustainability and ESG is understanding of internal controls and governance. The ESG data needs to be impeccable. We mentioned one of the challenges of implementation and integration is data quality. Now, the professional accountant understands internal control over data, internal control, data privacy issues. The professional accountant is trained to understand all of this, and they understand it. They implement internal control system. If you are an auditor, you have good understanding of internal control, how to assess the internal control organization. So the professional accountant is uniquely positioned. The last one is communication and reporting skills. Professional accountants are used to communicating. They are storytellers. They tell story about financial data, right? So it's only for them to transfer that same skills of storytelling into ESG and non-financial reporting and communication, engaging stakeholders, communicating to the board, communicating to shareholders, communicating to investors and other stakeholders. That's all.
Thank you very much, Japheth, for that timely and well put together question response from you. It would be lovely if we have some of our new members who were inducted during the week listen to you now. Just like you mentioned, that accountants are uniquely positioned for opportunities, and this is one of the opportunities that they have in this prestigious profession. Thank you once again for that response. But still on that response, in what ways can accountants now stay up to date and upskill to effectively play critical roles? You have told us that we have been uniquely positioned. So, in what way can we stay up to date and upskill to effectively play the critical roles in driving corporate sustainability and ESG integration and reporting?
All right, a very interesting follow-up question there. Professional accountants, the onus lies on you. The ball is now in your court. Now you discover that you have the skills, you have the capacity, you have the capabilities, you have everything to leverage this opportunity, emerging opportunity, and build up a good career, a highly rewarding career, all right, in the field of sustainability and ESG. Now you have to take a step. You have to go further, take a step further by investing in yourself, all right? So there are a lot of investment in knowledge out there. Some of them are provided by professional accounting bodies. So most professional accounting bodies right now, in the UK, they have certificates in sustainability reporting. So make sure that you invest your time, your money to go through that training and take that certificate. The next thing to do is the IFRS Foundation and the ISSB, that is the International Sustainability Standard Board. They have created a new qualification pathway called FSA, Fundamental Sustainability Accounting Certification. Please go for that certification. There are 2 stages. The first stage basically deals with general approach to sustainability, issues of governance, issues of risk management, and issues of reporting. Then the level 2 deals with climate risk, climate-related risk. So these are the 2 stages. Go for that certification. It's very brand new, very scarce in town, very scarce even in developed world. Go for it. Exams can be written online in any designated computer center. Even right there in Lagos, in your cities across the world, you find that qualification. Go for it. And then number 3 is CPD. CPD, Continuous Professional Development Programs. Please look out for sustainability, ESG integration. Attend, go for these qualifications, go for these trainings. So these are the ways the professional accountant can upskill. And then don't stop reading. Don't stop reading. Don't stop joining podcasts such as these ones to keep yourself attuned. Read newspapers, subscribe, follow up sustainability issues, know what is happening around the world within the space.
Thank you very much, Japheth, for your robust response. Like we usually say, we learn from the womb to the tomb. And that's the summary of what you have just said, that we should keep learning and we should not stop at whatever stage in gaining knowledge. Thank you once again. Now, there is one question here. I will take this, then I will go straight to the audience question. Are sustainability and ESG integration, compliance, and reporting by companies mandatory? If yes, why? And if no, are there plans for future mandatory compliance?
All right, thank you very much. That's another interesting question. The answer to that question is yes and no. All right. So yes depends on your jurisdiction that you are practicing as a professional accountant. If you are practicing in Europe, or you have a business, you are a company, a public company listed in Europe, then it is mandatory, it is compulsory. You have to comply with sustainability reporting. You have to disclose your ESG performance. You have to show the scorecard. The way you disclose your financial performance, statement of financial performance, statement of financial position, cash flows, and the rest of them in traditional financial reporting, so also you must disclose your ESG and sustainability performance if you operate in Europe. Then if you operate in North America, in the United States, it is voluntary. It is not yet compulsory. If you are a business operating in United Kingdom, it is not compulsory. It is not mandatory. It is voluntary. But businesses are encouraged to disclose a lot of ESG data in their annual report. And then in Nigeria, it is not yet mandatory, but Nigeria is on the cusp of mandatory compliance with IFRS S1 and IFRS S2, which are ESG and sustainability disclosures. So it depends on the jurisdiction. And I could see a future very, very near where compliance and reporting under ESG and sustainability is compulsory for all publicly listed companies.
All right. Thank you very much. Now let's quickly go and take some of the questions shared with us by our audience today. The first one is coming from Fagbolate Mitokwe Adeni FCA, all the way from Ibadan. He's asking, is ESG reporting still relevant in a green economy-based businesses as a modern trend in sustainability reporting?
All right, the answer is yes, because you need to communicate transparently to your stakeholders. So if you don't gather this data, you are practicing it. Your business by default is embedded. The business model is a green economy in nature, right? However, who cares? Except you communicate it, except you report it, except you transparently show the world that this is my scorecard. That's it.
Okay. The next question from Samuel Olumide. So thank you, ICAN, for the great learnings. How can collaboration with peers in the industry help SMEs interested in reporting sustainability to enjoy shared cost involved in this reporting? I want to believe he's assuming that the cost of compliance is huge. So he's talking about shared costs of compliance.
All right. Yes, the cost of compliance could be huge, but not also huge depending on how you look at it. All right. So if you are a small business, an SME, my advice, all right, is to start small and scale up. You could start with simple aspects of your operations. For example, I am no longer going to print in this office. All our communications must be via email, electronic. Tell me how that is too expensive for an SME. It's even cost savings, isn't it? The cost of buying paper is taken off the business. So it depends on the most important thing is that we need to understand what ESG is. Because if we don't understand that ESG could be as a basic thing as declining to receive a printout of POS from the shop seller who you pay and wanted to print out, you say, no. You are ESG compliant. That's as simple as it could be. Because if you have collected that paper, another tree would have been falling in order to replace the paper you collected, isn't it? But because you declined the paper, the guy saved that paper and then a tree has not been falling. So you are ESG compliant. So the next thing is that you have to document the number of receipts you have declined to print. Oh, last year we declined to print at POS, we declined to print about 10,000 receipts. That has saved 3 trees from the forest. You document it and communicate it to your stakeholders, even your bankers, even your lenders. It's as simple as that. So it's about understanding.
All right, thank you very much. Now let's take a question from Shokumbi Babatunde. He's asking, what can external auditor do when a company partially reported sustainability and environmental accounting, including integrated reports on their financial statement? Or what is the action an external auditor can take when a company fails to report environmental accounting on their financial statement?
All right, that's a very interesting question, Shokumbi. You see, let me reverse that question. What do an external auditor do when a company fails to comply with traditional IFRS? For example, a company values assets and modeled everything, whether they use both cost basis for instead of I-16 PPE, they use cost model within the same PPE class, and they also use what you call revaluation model within the same class. What will you do? You qualify the opinion. You issue a qualified opinion, isn't it? You issue a qualified opinion on that. You qualify the account. So ESG and sustainability also have standards which have kicked off in January 2024. We have IFRS S1, we have IFRS S2. So the same way you enforce compliance with financial reporting frameworks, the traditional IFRS, is the same way that the ISB and IFAC expect you to enforce compliance for IFRS S1 and IFRS S2.
All right, that's well taken and very clear. Now, you mentioned FSA program in the course of your response to one of my questions. I can see one of our audience here is asking if you will share a link so that they can quickly take advantage of the program and be an early bird.
All right, I will do that. I will share a link. I will drop a link.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll drop a link for the admin to broadcast it.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we coast home gradually, because our time is fast spent, you have explained a lot about the place of technology in sustainability and ESG. But to be specific, what exactly is the role of technology in ESG, sustainable development, and business sustainability?
All right, and technology is very important. Ladies, gentlemen, technology is like the diesel or the gas or the fuel in the car. That's how technology is to ESG integration. Because we do preach that start small and scale up, right? But in reality, the data could be humongous, could be huge. So there's no way you could crunch ESG data in spreadsheet. There's just no way. All right. So you need technology. And the good news is that at Green Finance Capital, we have very good strategic partnership with leading ESG technology company softwares that produces top-notch world-class technology, plug and play, and your green gas emissions will be captured. Your footprint in your logistics value chain will be captured. Whatever activity, your water usage will be captured. Your labor issues and labor practices will be captured. Your governance issues, board representation, equity, that technology captures everything. So if you want detail, you reach out to me or to us at Green Finance Capital. So technology is very important. You need that kind of robust technology that is agnostic to your legacy system. You have companies have legacy system. They have what you call ERPs. So the technology should be able to integrate into that ERP and target at collecting those ESG data points impeccably.
Okay.
You need it.
Oh, okay. However, I'll be sending you an invoice for marketing green capital on the show. So just take note. You see my invoice.
That's nothing.
No problem. No problem at all. No problem. In closing, ICAN is always open to ideas that would positively advance the growth of our members, the accountancy profession, and the global business environment. What is your suggestion to ICAN on filling knowledge gaps on the integration of sustainability and ESG in order to boost the members' professional opportunities? In 1 minute, please.
All right. I think my word for our professional institute, our great institute that I love so much, I cross my chest. It's to be innovative and be open to partnerships. Be open to partnerships. Because it's all about partnership. ACCA did it because they got good partnership. CIMA did it. They have their certificate in sustainability reporting. It's partnership. So Green Finance Capital will have a very huge, we reach out for that partnership with ICAN to get ICAN to run their own sustainability reporting certificate. So we're still waiting for that response. But partnership is very key. Partnership with practitioners who have hands-on experience, industry experience in integrating projects. ICAN has a huge advantage in technical knowledge, a knowledge powerhouse, technical accounting knowledge powerhouse. So that kind of strategic partnership could open up vistas of knowledge to members at very, very minimal cost. And then, of course, CPDs should be well targeted. Continuous professional development programs, those professional development programs should be well targeted.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, the CEO, Green Finance Capital, Mr. Jacob ACA, for coming on the show today and for sharing your wealth of experience with our members and the friends of the Institute.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Tosin, for hosting me today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the producers and editorial team, we say thank you so much. And we hope that when next we call on you, all the way from Birmingham in UK, you hark into our call.
I will certainly do that. ICAN on my heart. I cross my chest. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
do you have
let me quickly take the announcement that we have on the show before we close the program. Like I did told you, the online tuition center, they are there for you. They are there for you. It's just passing ICAN. Pass ICAN at one sitting. What do you need? Online classes, video lectures, study materials, lesson notes. Go ahead and register now and call the number that is being displayed on the screen to reach out to them today. Also, by May 30th, 2024, there will be the 59th annual general meeting of our Noble Institute. Please do not forget, the time is 11 a.m. The venue is ICAN Center, Amu Ward, Dauphin. Please don't forget. ICAN on Air is open for adverts, placement. The rates are affordable. Reach out to the numbers on the flyers. The flyers have been displayed on all our social media handles, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Please go ahead and reach out to us. You can even call any of the anchors and let us discuss the business of making your business great. We also implore that all our members, including the latest new members who join us on Tuesday, to go ahead and subscribe to ICAN YouTube channels and follow all our ICAN social media handles, the Facebook page, Instagram handle, and also follow us on LinkedIn. Let us roll together in this great profession. Also, the Public Finance Management Faculty is having a certification training program. It's a 5 days hybrid training, physical and remote. The date is July 22nd to July 26, 2024. The module is module 1 and 2, and the cost is 75,000 naira for module 1 and 2. But if you want the complete module, it goes for 220,000 naira, but it attracts 30 credit hours. Go ahead and register in advance. Lastly, the Taxation and Fiscal Policy Faculty of ICAN is organizing a 7-day certification training program. Go see the details. Is date June 3 to 11, time is 9 a.m. The event is International and Digital Economy Taxation. Venue, ICAN Annex Office at Murtala Mohammed Way, Ebute Meta, Lagos. The virtual option is also available. The fee is 230,000 naira, and it covers the training materials, the certificate of attendance, examination, tea, coffee, and also the lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, and my professional colleagues, and you will agree with me that today's program is worth the while, highly educating and very instructive. Till I come your way again with another guest, another topical issue, I want to urge you to stay safe and be sound. On behalf of the editorial team and the producers, I'm Tosin Akinyomi FCA, saying thank you for watching and bye for now.